Hey guys, this is Tyler Porter, writer and producer behind Glory in the Ruins. Just wanted to reach out to you guys. I wanted to say thank you so much for listening to the new music. Some of these recent singles that we've released for the upcoming album Kingdom Minded has just been really blowing up, and really appreciate your guys' support and for listening to our music. It means the world to me, and just glad that I'm able to use my passion, my talents to glorify Jesus and to bring people closer to Jesus. And appreciate all the messages we've been getting on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. It's great to hear you guys' stories and testimonies on how this music is helping you. Um, with this song, with the song and the album called Kingdom Minded coming out this end of February this month, I've kind of New Year's resolutions and stuff's big this time of year, first of the year and stuff. And I've been really trying to stay in my word and stay kingdom minded and not backtrack, not backslide. And it's been a big point and focus for me for this year. And I wanted to start a new series that I'm going to be posting short little 3 to 5 minute videos on YouTube and TikTok, just about lesser known Bible stories that really have some valuable lessons that we can take away and apply to today's world and today's life. And some are small, some are big, some are um, ones you've probably never heard of, some you may have heard of before, but just stuff that kind of stuck out to me when I've been kind of diving into my word that I wanted to share with you guys. And I think it's a great way for us all to get closer to Jesus and grow together in Christ. So the first story I want to start with here it's called The Floating Axe Head. It's about a group of guys called the Sons of Prophets. They were under the prophet Elisha, who God had ordained, and they all knew that God had ordained this guy to work miracles, and he had done several before this. So all these guys were basically in training to be in the ministry and to learn from Elisha and go out into the world and start spreading the gospel, spreading the good news. So they came to Elisha and they're like, "Hey, man, we're outgrowing the space that we're in. Our numbers are getting too large." So they said, "Hey, let's go cut some trees down by the Jordan River, so we can build some additions onto it, make it a little bit larger of a space." So they start cutting away. When one of the members chops a tree and the axe head flies into the Jordan River, and immediately he yells out, "Master, it was borrowed." And back in those days, you have to understand that was life-altering mistake. First off, iron was expensive, and losing something borrowed back then in that culture was, illegal. It could lead to slavery, serious punishment. I mean, it was a life-altering mistake that this guy made. Probably couldn't afford to replace the axe head. Money was. They were not a wealthy community. They were, really servants of the Lord, so they weren't spending most of their time in the Word and spending most of the time spreading the news. They weren't really making money. So that was a huge thing. So this thing is, at the bottom of the Jordan River, which is however many feet deep, but it's gone beyond recovery, right? But instead of this guy burying his head in the sand and just being like, "Oh crap, my life is over. It's ruined. I'm screwed. I'm going into slavery. I'm gonna be, arrested." What he does first and foremost, which he knows, again, Elisha is ordained from God to work these miracles. He cries out, "Master, help me." He seeks help. He takes action. And Elisha just asks him, "Where did it fall?" And, the guy points to wherever in the river that it fell. And Elisha throws a stick in there, right? And the impossible happens. The axe head, the iron floats into the water, and the guy, finds it. Oh, takes a deep breath, and everything's all good. But there's such a story and lesson to be learned behind that God, doesn't care about just the big things. It's the small things. Like, losing a simple axe head, it may seem small to us. And, in some of the stories that you hear in the Bible about wars and famines and sickness and all the miracles that Jesus worked, I mean, maybe losing an axe head is one of the smaller miracles. But God cares about the small just as much as he does the big. And this story is really one that drives that home. And, another parable, and a lot of theologians look at this, is when Elisha throws that stick into the water, that represents and symbolizes the cross. The wood, which is light, Jesus is light, makes the heavy thing rise to the surface, also washes it clean in the water. So that's, a very good, metaphor of how Jesus restores and washes us clean. And I really, hit home with me. It's like we need to start praying about the small things in our life, whatever that is, whether it's a trip that we got to make to the grocery store and we're not sure if we're going to have the money to make ends meet this month, whatever that implication is in your life that's really, striking you out right now this month, whether it's financially, whether it's, something health related. I just, challenge you to give it to God and let him, work in your life, like that guy did. He gave it to Elisha, who was ordained by God to work miracles back in that day. And I just challenge us all to do that. It's just a great parable and a great lesson that I learned, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. But yeah, we're going to do more stories like this when I've been reading. If you want to check out this story for yourself, it's in 2 Kings chapter 6. And it's a great little story that I learned a lot from, and just wanted to share it with you guys. And I'm going to try to post, 1 or 2 of these videos a day here for the next little bit, as we kind of get into this thing with the devotions. And hope you guys enjoy this. Look forward to continuing this journey with you guys, and leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. Thanks.